YouTube, we are almost in 2027. If you haven't been paying attention, if you've been distracted by everything else that's going on in the world, you may not realize that we are 4 months away from 2027, right? Realistically, I should have made this video 2 months ago, so you could prepare for 2027, right? A lot of you guys are still in the same place that you started, the year off in January, right? The goals that you said you had, the things that you wanted to achieve, the money that you wanted to stack, the money that you wanted to make, the amount that you wanted to grow your income by. You haven't made any progress towards that. Here we are in August. We've got 4 months left in the year. You need to be disciplined. You need to lock in at all cost. You need to disappear for the rest of the year in order to get ahead. Make sure you do this before 2027 and watch how your life transforms. Watch how in 2027 you are a much better person in every single category just by disappearing for 6 months. This is essential if you want to get ahead, right? So these are a few things that while you're on this journey, while you disappear, while you eliminate all the distractions, while you lock in and focus on your goals, these are some things that you need to make sure you are incorporating in your life so that you can stay on the right track to success, all right? So first and foremost, we're going to minimize all our unnecessary social media use. We are going to heavily monitor and filter all the things that we watch and consume online. A lot of it is just brain rot content, right? A lot of stuff that you watch on the internet that doesn't benefit you in any way. It doesn't, right? And what you watch, it influences you. What you watch, it influences you heavy. It influences the way you think. It influences what you expect for yourself. So you can't just be mindlessly on the internet, just watching whatever Instagram recommends to you. No, you need to have control over what you see. Okay, at a bare minimum. All right. So what I do on my phone to control how much I'm on social media is I'll set a limit. You can set a app limit for Instagram, for TikTok, for YouTube, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't spend more than an hour and a half on Instagram every single day. And this is something that you should do while you're disappearing for 6 months to get your life together, to get ahead, right? To make more money than you did the last 6 months. Minimize your social media use, all right? Next, we're going to eliminate the social outings. We're going to eliminate the clubbing. We're going to eliminate the partying, right? Any social outing that doesn't add value to your life. Something that's not a network event, right? A networking event, right? You're going somewhere, you're meeting people who are in alignment with what you want for yourself. Sure, go ahead, right? But we're not partying, y'all. Guys, I took 6 months off of being outside, 6 months off of drinking, 6 months off of smoking. And guess what? At the end of those 6 months, when I went back outside, everybody that was outside 6 months ago, they were still outside. They were still outside. You don't miss nothing. You're not going to miss nothing. I promise you, if you take a year off of going outside, partying, spending money, drinking, all that, when you finally do decide to go back out there, you're not going to miss anything. The same people are still going to be out there. The same women are still going to be out there, right? Some of them a little bigger. Some of them, still going to be looking good. But dog, they still going to be out there, bro. So just for 6 months, make a promise to yourself. Be disciplined and don't go outside if you don't have to, dog. Like, don't. It's just a freaking party. Stand around, drink, and listen to music. Come on, bro. On top of that, you need to understand that this 6 months of disappearing, this is about valuing your time as much as you want other people to value your time. Okay? So when you are quick to just answer whenever somebody else needs you, right? When you're quick to just give somebody else access to you, right? You're not helping them or anybody else respect your time. You know what I'm saying? Like, other people should respect your time. Other people should understand that you have things going on in your life that you are working towards, right? So when you take the time to go hang out with them, it's not something that they should overlook. You understand? Like, when somebody calls you, when one of your friends calls you, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, they should be grateful that you took the time to talk to them because they understand that you're focused, right? You need to value your time as much as you want other people to value your time, right? So if you're out here and you're doing things that don't move you closer to your goal, you don't value your time because you're being reckless with your time. You're doing things. You're partaking in activities that aren't moving you forward in any way, shape, or form. So how can somebody else value your time if you don't value your time? You see what I'm saying, right? Like, you have to take care of you first. It all starts with you, all right? So we're gonna also focus on some key goals during these 6 months that you are disappearing from, where you're not on social media, right? You're gonna focus on key goals that you're gonna accomplish during the 6 months, all right? These are things that when you finally do finish this 6 month run, you can look back on and say, all right, I checked this box, I checked that box, I checked that box. You can have something of substance to say, all right, this is how disappearing for 6 months benefited me. All right, so make sure that you have some things that you want to accomplish, right? So for me, disappearing for 6 months, I learned how to drop ship, how to build an e-commerce store, how to um, build AI automations, okay? During my 6 months of disappearing, right? And it don't mean you gotta fucking be an asshole to your friends. No, don't be an asshole to your friends, right? But a real friend should be able to help you and be able to recognize that you are on a journey and pursuing more for your life. A real friend is gonna support that, okay? So uh, keep your closest friends close. But anybody who's not in alignment with where you're trying to go, they gotta go. They gotta go. You gotta keep your closest friends close. You're gonna need soldiers in the battle with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, you can't do it alone, right? And you have to be okay with doing it alone because you're not always gonna have people to talk to. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna always have people to relay information off of. You're not always gonna have people to share ideas with, and that's perfectly fine. All you need is yourself. But if you are gonna have friends, if you are gonna talk to people, right? If you are gonna give your time to people, it needs to be people who support what you're doing, support the vision that you have for yourself. Don't waste your time talking to people who do not support your vision. Don't. It's the quickest way to destroy your vision. It's the quickest way to kill your momentum, and it's the quickest way to get distracted. And we're not doing that. It's almost 2027. Time is going by. You are getting older every single year. All right, so lock in, man. Like, you really can't be, you cannot be slouching. You don't have time to be lacking. Like time is going by. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, we're gonna get to a period where you got winners and you got losers. You can't be in the middle ground. Just give it 6 months and separate yourself from the rest of the pack and become a winner. All right. So lastly, guys, this is about being focused and doing what it takes to get ahead. If you cannot devote 6 months of your life to bettering yourself, you don't have what it takes to get ahead. And I'm just being honest with you. If you can't control yourself for 6 months, how can you possibly have what it takes to make more money, right? How can you have the discipline that it takes to be financially disciplined, right? To invest your money. If you can't even control yourself for 6 months, you know what I'm saying? So lock in, right? Learn yourself during these 6 months. Be okay with being alone. Be okay with nobody calling your phone. Be okay with going to work and coming home and your phone not being hit up at all, right? Be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you will find out who your realest friends are. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you gotta just not talk to people so you can really see who is there for you in your corner. And that's just the real. You know what I'm saying? That is part of growing up. You feel me? So lock in for 6 months. Disappear. Do yourself a favor. It is almost 2027, right? And if you start now, at the beginning of 2027, when everybody else is making their New Year's resolutions, everybody else is, trying to figure out what they want the rest of 2027 to look like for them, you'll already have a jump start on it. You already know. You'll already have developed the habits that it's going to take for you to make it to the end of the year and achieve all your goals. All right. So do yourself a favor, disappear for 6 months. All right. Do yourself a favor. Like, comment, subscribe. We're going to be back with another one real soon, y'all.